Luan,
Okay, this time.
let's do another
A proper one.
a proper 0 to 100.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
So we're in sport mode, and Luan's just gonna put his foot down.
Yep.
Let's go. Oh, that was fast. Oh shoot.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, jeez.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Drives. Today we have an Eletre with us. This is the Eletre R, which is a high performance version of the Eletre.
Yep.
So it's a different car from the Eletre S that we've reviewed.
It's got 900 horsepower instead of the 600 from the Eletre S. So 600 horsepower to the rear wheels, which is really interesting. You know, that's a really interesting balance for a SUV. And then 300 horsepower to the front wheels. And it has 985 Newton meters of
Almost
torque.
1,000 torque, yeah?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So today we'll do a full review of this car. So it's basically a more rear biased car.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to drive it on the road and see what that's like.
Yeah.
With such big torque numbers and horsepower numbers.
Yes.
Should be a fun experience.
So to start with, there's a mode called range, which obviously gives you the most range.
Yep.
The throttle response really gets dialed back. It's a much more relaxing ride. So that's good to have, because obviously on an EV you're sometimes a bit worried about range. And then the next mode is Tour mode. Tour mode is a little bit more of a normal driving mode. The suspension is still really soft, really compliant, and the throttle response is a little bit better, but you're only still using like a tiny portion of the throttle to get around.
So right now we are on a back road, which is not very flat, not very even, and we're in tour mode right now.
Yes.
It feels quite comfortable.
Yeah, very comfy.
It soaks up everything and feels like you're in a very premium vehicle.
Yes, and it's so quiet in the interior, right? Because it's double glazed, it's got lots of good sound insulation, it's ultra quiet, even on one of these back roads. And then you just have to use the paddles on the right hand side on the driver's steering wheel just to change the modes. So now we can change to sport mode, and then you can also change the ride height to the lowest setting. So that gives it obviously the most sporty nature. Yep. Especially on the lowest ride height as well.
Lowest ride height, but you do feel the car squats down.
Yep.
And when you are going to corners, feels flatter, less body roll. So it's really good. So the graphic actually changes in different modes. So you go to individual, the color changes, sport, tour, range, and off-road.
See what I mean?
Are you trying to kill us in the rain?
It gets pretty wiggly pretty fast, right?
It does go sideways pretty quickly, yeah? So
that was only about half throttle as well.
It's got so much torque, right?
So much torque,
it's really easy to go sideways if you want to, if you're being silly.
Yeah.
Especially in this kind of weather.
Yeah.
900 horsepower and almost 1,000 Newton meters of torque.
And what really impresses me is that it's so stable as well. Like it's so effortless.
Yeah.
Everything is drama free. You're going like pretty quick down these country roads.
Yeah.
And nothing seems to phase the car.
So individual mode, let's have a look. All right, you can change almost everything. You can change the air suspension from tour to sport. Your power. Basically you have, your power you can set to range, tour and sport. Steering, you have tour and sport to choose from. And your brake, you can also adjust the brake. There's a tour mode and a sport mode for the brake.
And the active spoiler.
Your active spoiler as well, sport and tour. So what do you think about the visibility?
Visibility is great, yeah. It's very easy to drive this car. You've got a really good sitting position. It's a little bit high, but not really high. And it's nice because the bonnet actually slopes down quite quickly. So you can actually see a lot out of the front of the car.
Right.
And the mirrors are huge, the windows are huge. So yeah, everything's actually really.
And the screen's quite low, so it's not blocking your view, right?
Exactly.
So it's really nice.
Not blocking the view at all. Yeah. So it really makes you focus on the road and makes you focus on driving.
So this car has 112 kilowatt hour battery, and the claimed range is around 450 kilometers.
Yeah, I think in the real world it's probably about 400 kilometers, especially if you're driving like we were just doing.
Yeah.
Probably closer to 400.
I guess if you are doing like mostly city driving, then you get probably close to 450.
Yeah.
But if you're doing more of a highway driving, I guess that gets a bit less. Remember we test drove the Artura?
Yeah.
McLaren Artura?
Yep.
I feel like this is quicker than that car.
Way quicker.
Yeah.
This is so much quicker.
Yeah, because of the torque.
Yeah.
It feels there's more push.
Yep.
It's crazy, isn't it?
100%.
That is like it's like a supercar.
Yeah. It's almost a hypercar, that one.
Yeah, and this feels quicker.
Yeah, much quicker. So obviously it's a bit wet, so we're not going to push it too hard today, especially since there's a car in front of us.
Yeah.
But first impressions, again, just really impressed. Very similar handling to the Eletre S. The air suspension and the suspension in general handles the corners really well. It's almost like you're not even cornering, you know, like it's really flat through the corners, so it manages the weight really well.
Yeah, you do feel a bit of body roll though, and when you're transitioning from corner to corner, because of its weight and height, you still have to overcome that, and you still do feel that, but it already manages it quite well.
Really well. Yeah, so the brakes are really good because it gives you enough control, gives you enough modularity.
Right.
But also you don't have to press too hard on the brakes.
I think there are two settings for the brakes. One is Tour, which probably makes the brakes less grabby.
Yeah.
And the Sport mode probably, give it more bite.
Oh man, I have to say, it's actually quite fun to drive this car. Like you can really get into the corners, you can really like lean into the corners with the car. And you can feel the grip, you can kind of hear the tires scrubbing on the tarmac. So it's a really decent attempt at making a sports car out of an SUV, because it's such a good all-round car. And yeah, the quality is really good, it's really good to drive, it's got lots of space, good family car, and yet you can drive it on a B road and still have lots and lots of fun.
Driving the Eletre R for the first time.
Frank's first drive? What are you doing?
Yeah, turning in, even like a bit of throttle mid-corner.
It's fine, yeah.
It's totally fine. It's handling it really well. Yeah. Obviously it's 4-wheel drive, so it's got a lot of grip.
Yep.
And yes, I have to say the rear wheel steer feels very natural. You don't really feel it working. Just the sheer amount of power. I'm only using like maybe like 10% of the throttle travel.
Yeah.
And already you feel there's so much reserve. And this road is very windy.
Very tight.
Very tight.
But it handles it fine, right?
Yeah, it's very good. I have to say though, the steering is a little bit, I mean, to my liking, it's a little bit numb. There's not much feedback from the steering.
I think it's electronic steering?
Yeah, obviously it has to be. But then the weight of it is quite alright. It's very sharp. Like there's not much vagueness. The amount that you turn, you get exactly what you get at the front wheels. Yeah, it feels really flat through the corners, eh? Yep. For a large car like this.
A big SUV, yeah. It's really impressive.
It's impressive. It's incredible, actually.
I think you would definitely put a lot of sports cars to shame in this car,
Alright, let's go through the outside of the car really quickly. We've already done a review of the Eletre S. The only difference that we were told was the hole over here, which allow air to go through from the front up here to give it more downforce and less drag. This hole is actually a little bit bigger. So looking from the front, it looks very aggressive. It's still got all these creases and curves. It looks amazing, looks very aggressive. So these vents open and close according to the car's computer to give it more aero efficiency or more cooling. Right, these lights,
sure? There you go.
Oh, look at these lights.
Ooh.
They look pretty amazing. A lot of details inside them. And the actual beams are actually inside here. So these are daytime running lights and indicator lights. I think Lotus designed this really well to give it 2 layers. So the upper layer looks more slick and the functional layer is hidden inside these black pieces. The whole side profile looks really long, elongated and quite flat, quite squat actually. So the profile looks really slick. I think it's a very, very beautiful looking car. There's a vent here to reduce drag from the wheel arch. These are all covered in carbon fiber as well, the arches. These tires look very amazing. I like the design of the rim. It has a lot of details. These are 23-inch rims and they are P0 tires, high performance tires. The front are 275/35 R23, so they are massive tires. And these brakes are huge as well. I like the color. The green color looks really good. Very, very big brakes to give this high performance car more braking power and more safety as well. The rear tires, they come with 23-inch rims as well. And the sizes of them are 315/30 R23s. Again, they are really massive tires to give this car more grip. This car is more rear biased, so you can see that the rear tires are larger to give it more grip. And also looking at the suspension, it comes with air suspension. You can set it for a very comfortable and soft ride, and also you can firm it up for performance. And all these suspension components are all made out of aluminium. If you come closer and have a look, all these control arms, the multi-link arms are all aluminium. In the front as well, these are double wishbone suspensions. You can see that, and everything is pretty much made out of aluminium to give it less weight. So Eletre R comes standard with rear wheel steer. So that just means in lower speed, you have a smaller turning radius, and at higher speed, you get more cornering stability. All right, moving to the back. I think for the Eletre, the rear end is my favorite. I think the rear end design is really, really unique and really nice. You can see there's a large hole here to allow air to escape from the rear wheel arch. So all the aero, all the holes are all functional, so that's really amazing. You can see there is a carbon rear tail spoiler down here. This rear tail spoiler actually moves up and down according to your speed. Underside over here is all very flat. So obviously this is an EV, so there's no exhaust pipes. So the flat undertray actually allow air to escape more freely, so there's less lift for the car.
All right, everyone, let's have a look at the back of the car in the boot.
611 liters of space
611
capacity.
liters, yes. So we do have a 12-volt socket here as well, which is nice. You can charge your accessories on the move. You can actually raise and lower the car just at the back here. Ooh, look at that.
Look at that.
So you can get stuff in a little bit easier.
Yep.
That's nice. You do have a little bit of compartment down here to store your charger and a few other tools. And then I think this is to, oh, you can even just do the middle seat. Yes,
for your skis and snowboards.
Right. Okay, it's interesting that they decided not to have buttons over here to lower the seats. I probably would have done that.
That's right.
But that's all right. Less things to go wrong, I suppose. So with the seats folded down flat, it was 1,532
liters.
32 liters. So
that's quite large.
It's a pretty massive boot space. The little hooks are really thick metal.
Yeah.
Really thick.
And this feels very plush.
Yeah.
It really feels
plush.
Different from like a normal boot space carpet.
Definitely. Yeah.
It feels more premium.
It's actually carpet. It's not just, you know, some sort of cover.
And this as well.
Yeah.
Feels really nice to touch.
Even this is Alcantara. Look at this.
Yeah. Alcantara. Leather. This full thing is covered in leather.
Yeah.
And usually for the rear door, these parts are usually plastic.
Yeah.
But even these are in Alcantara. And this cover is in leather. And that's all in carpet material. So the amount of material that I've used and mixed and used for this car is just amazing.
It's very impressive.
Very impressive.
All right, let's look under the frunk. Oh yeah, okay, interesting. Pioneers, it's
1948.
Yeah, almost 76 years. 76 years this year of Lotus. And we have a little, oh yeah, wow, it's actually quite deep.
Yeah, it's got 46 liters of capacity. It's quite decent.
Not too bad, yeah.
For your smaller bags or items.
And then you can top up your washer fluid there.
Yep.
What's under here? Oh, okay, I don't think we're supposed to open that.
It shows you the battery locations. And look at that, there's even Chinese.
Yes.
Because this car is built in China.
From China.
So battery location in Chinese and all these in Chinese as well.
All right, everyone, let's jump into the interior now and show you a bit of a tour on the inside of the Eletre. Possibly the best part about the Eletre, actually. We really love the interior. So first of all, you get greeted by this massive central display, which is really high quality, really high contrast. I think it's an OLED screen, so it's one of the best screens that I've seen on a car. And then you also get like a nice central driver display, which is really sleek. It's a very low profile display. Again, I think it's so that you don't get distracted too much when you're driving. You have a heads-up display, so those are all the different types of interfaces for the driver. And then you also have a screen on the side for the passenger. Now I'm pretty sure in the future they'll probably add some more information on the side screen, but at the moment it basically only shows you the date, the time, and also the music that you're playing. The other really amazing thing when you jump in here is just the quality of the materials. Like everything you touch is either leather, Alcantara, or it's, you know, high quality carbon, plastic, whatever it is. But everything is just super high quality. This is real metal as well.
Love the gold color.
Yeah, I think maybe this is an Eletre R thing for it to be slightly gold tinted. I'm not sure. But either way, it's a really lovely interior when you jump in here. I don't think there's a single bit of like really hard plastic or really bad material in the cabin. And then you get this really nice wraparound dash that's all stitched together leather. And then this central part, apparently it's meant to mimic the front of the car. So you can kind of see some of the design elements from the front of the car that's mirrored into the cabin, which is really cool as well.
Almost everything is in leather.
Yeah.
And the stitching, wow.
It's pretty high quality.
It's very high quality.
Yeah, exactly. And every car, every Eletre comes with a KEF audio system. So this is one of the best quality audio systems that have ever been put into a car. Apparently the standard audio system is 1500 watts. So that's already quite a high output. And then you can even spec it even higher than that with a dual subwoofer.
What about the practicality?
I think it's a very practical car. Yeah, you get two cup holders in the middle here. You get like a really massive middle console bin.
Really big.
It's really deep. And you also have lots of USB ports in here. You have two USB-C ports and a 12-volt cigarette socket for your radar detector.
There's a large open space here.
Yep, large bin there. You also get a charging, wireless charging pad here. So that's pretty amazing.
Have you figured out how to open the glove box
Yes. Yes, we spent lots of time last time trying to figure this out. It's this little middle button here. So you can press that button and then the glove box opens like this.
Wow.
So there's quite a bit of storage in this car, and it's got wireless charging, it's got USB ports, it's got wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay. So it's pretty much got everything that a modern car needs.
This doesn't close automatically?
I don't think so. No. You have to do it manually. There you go. Thanks, Frank.
It's a very big door bin. Over here, it's quite deep and quite long. Very practical. And these lights, attention to detail.
Yeah, so you can actually
it's touch sensitive.
Touch the lights, and the quality really extends to the whole interior, not just, you know, the bits that you can see. So even the sun visors are Alcantara and they're stitched, which is really nice. They feel really, really solid as well. And you get this massive LED mirror, and that's for both the passenger and the driver's side. So yeah, really, really impressive. And even the grab handle is covered in leather as well. So literally everything that you touch, everything that you can be in contact with, you feel like it's really, really high quality, that everything is very premium.
And these seats are very amazing too, right? Very comfortable, and they come with cooled and heated function.
Yep.
And also massaging function as well, correct?
Yeah, very, very nice seats, very comfortable seats actually. And you can see that they've spent a lot of time on the development of these seats.
Nice
all
detail.
The little details.
Nice blend of material as well.
Exactly.
We've got Alcantara, smooth leather, carbon fiber, metal. It's a very nice looking seat.
And you even get some cool Lotus colored seat belts.
Oh, look
as well.
at that. Look at that.
Worth it. Yeah, and then we've obviously also got the massive panoramic moonroof, which is huge. It literally extends the whole roof.
And you can change the opacity of it to give it more privacy and less glare from the sun.
All right, and now jumping into the back seat. Oh, it's a little bit different to the Eletre S that we reviewed. I think this material was different on the back here. Yep. This is a really nice textured tactile material. You've still got the interesting little hole here for the front seat.
Yeah, you can touch your driver's neck.
And then you've got some pretty big pockets at the back seat there. And then also a bit of a touchscreen. But yeah, you can actually change your climate control. You can adjust the seats in front of you, the front passenger seat, and also you can adjust the back seat as well. So let's try and adjust this seat. Oh yeah, so you can recline it a little bit. Okay, and then you can bring it forward. Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, there's actually quite a bit of adjustment there.
Yep. There is a lever down here as well.
Oh yeah?
For you to change the angle of the backrest.
Right. Oh yes, there is a button just behind you, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice.
And you can also change the music, I believe, as well. Yeah, see, yeah, you can actually change the music for the car in the back seat. And then you can also adjust the front passenger seat, which is nice because then you can make more room at the back. Very cool. Look at that. Probably don't do that when someone's sitting in the front seat though. Quick access. You can do, glass roof. You can change the transparency of the glass roof from the back seat. So we've changed it to fully opaque. And now I can change it to fully transparent. Whoa, look at that. And headroom, yeah, plenty, especially with the panoramic moonroof. Lots and lots of space.
How tall are you?
1.77. So you can probably fit someone who's at least 2 meters tall in this car.
And you have armrest here?
Yep, there's an armrest. There's also a headrest.
Oh, right.
For the middle passenger.
For the middle passenger.
We have a little cubby hole. And there should be some cup holders. There we go, cup holders.
Nice. ISOFIXes on both rear seats as well. Very easy to open and access.
And this is a cool design here, Frank. So the charging ports they've decided to put at the bottom of the seat rather than here at the front, because then it doesn't get in the way of people going in and out of the car.
Oh, right. Oh, that was very exciting.
Oh my God.
It blew my mind away. Basically, I mean, if you like EVs, and you have the money to buy just one EV. Isn't this just it? I mean, it's got the performance, it's got the practicality, the looks, the quality, all the details inside, outside.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, there's not much to fault with this car.
Yeah. It's really incredible. And I think even like a few years ago, if you told me that Lotus are going to create a 900 horsepower electric SUV, I would have said no, there's no way. Like our Exeges were the most powerful cars that Lotus had ever made, and they were only 400 horsepower.
Yeah, only. I mean, they pulled it off, eh?
Yeah, that's crazy. For something that they've done for the first time, electric SUV, This is really, really good. This is a really good attempt.
Yeah.
Really, really
so the Amaya is coming up next for Lotus.
Yep, same drivetrain.
Same drivetrain. It's just a lower, it's more like a sedan.
Yep.
Slope back as well.
Yep.
Looks very amazing. It's already on sale in China, but not here yet.
Yep.
But I believe it's coming soon.
Yep.
We were talking about this. We wish that they could have done a electric sports car a bit sooner. We really look forward to that, right?
Yes.
I mean, a smaller version, lighter, handles as well. Great powertrain,
maybe
good
the
power.
same powertrain.
Yeah,
Who knows?
That would be amazing. That would beat most supercars, I would say.
Oh, even this would beat most supercars. You know? Like we were saying that this feels faster than McLaren. You know, it's unbelievable. And even through the corners, even through back roads, it handles so well for the size and the weight. And it just doesn't really sweat at all. Like the car just handles everything. It feels like it can take way more power. And it goes through the corners really well. It's really stable.
As long as you don't step on it midway through the corner, you'll be fine.
In the wet.
In the wet.
If you're looking for an electric SUV that's really good in terms of performance, definitely check these out. You know, they might be a little bit under the radar because not many people know about the Lotus brand yet. But I think in the next few years, you know, they're going to be bringing out a full range of cars, including their sports car and the Macan rival as well. They're going to be around, so you should definitely give it a drive and test out the 900 horsepower for yourself. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Gee.
Very, very special thanks to Chris from Lotus Auckland for letting us review this car. Do give them a call if you're interested. If you have the cash, why not? This is amazing car.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you in our next video.